Have you ever wondered why on the wedding day the woman is called the bride, while the husband to be, that is the man, is called the bridegroom or the groom? This is because the man is destined to groom the bride. When the man grooms the bride becomes a wife. Your father don't raise you into being a wife. It is the man you marry, that will raise you into being a wife. We will groom you into being a wife. When your father gives birth to you, the role of your father stops at bringing you to being a bride. So he will teach you how to respect a man. He will teach you how to be flexible enough. The work of parents is to teach our female children how to be flexible enough before our groom, so that our groom will groom us into what he wants to be his wife. What Mr. A wants as a wife is not what Mr. B wants as a wife. So it is the responsibility of the man who marries a woman to groom the woman into whatever thing he wants. That being said, God created Adam. After he created Adam, he gave him Eve and said to Adam, "This woman will be a help to you. I have made this woman to serve you. I have made this woman to be a helpmeet for you." That is to say, when a man is getting married, he is bringing a helper. He is bringing a woman into his life to help him. So it is the work of the man to groom the woman to bring the woman into where he wants to be helped. So the work of the man is to groom his woman into the areas he would like to be helped. You should not marry a woman who cannot respect you. When a man marries a woman who cannot respect him, the implication is she not respecting you would mean that you will not be able to groom her into whatever thing you want her to be as your wife. If you marry a woman who is always willing to fight you, she will not be submissive enough for you to groom her into whatever thing you want her to be. If you marry a woman who constantly talk you down, you will not be able to groom her into whatever thing you want her to be. If you marry a woman who doesn't believe in you, who doesn't believe in your leadership, who doesn't see anything wrong with her disrespecting you, who doesn't see you like the head, who doesn't see you like someone who can teach her, she will not be flexible enough for you to groom her into what you will call your wife. So, and a woman also should not marry a man who will not be able to nurture her and bring her into a state where she is called a wife. That state where she is called a responsible wife. A woman shouldn't marry a man she cannot respect. A woman should not marry a man that she wants to fight every now and then. A woman should not marry a man that she cannot submit herself under the authority of the man. So any man you cannot submit yourself under his authority is a man you should not marry. Because the word groom is nurturing something, to nurture something, to patiently nurture something, to tender something, to correct something, to bring something to a point where it is useful, where it is better. So it is the work of the man to groom the bride into a point where she is useful to him. Because the Bible said, "I will make you a helpmeet." So God have made a woman to be a helper to a man. But it is the man that will groom you to the place, the area he feels he needs help. And until a man understands his role in grooming the woman to become the thing he wants the woman, nurturing your bride, when you're teaching your bride, it requires patience. Because this is somebody that is coming from a particular background, from a particular mindset, from a particular belief. She is coming to now submit. But in nurturing your bride, you don't impose what you want her to be. You nurture it, you pamper it, you tender it. But as you're patiently nurturing it, little by little, it will keep becoming whatever thing you want her to be. A lot of time men want to impose submission into a woman. A lot of time men want to impose whatever thing they want their woman to be, their wife to be, into her, forgetting the fact that she's coming from a background. She was programmed to act in a particular way for a very long time. So it is not something you do overnight. In reprogramming your woman to be a wife, the kind of wife you want, it requires patience. It requires tolerance. But first of all, it requires accepting her. There is this saying that until one sees how much you care, they might not really want to know how much you know. So you must first of all show people how much you care in order for them to know how much you know. The same thing applies to your wife. She should see how much you love her. She should see how much you accept her. She should see that you don't despise her. And little by little, you're bringing her into that perfect helper that God has created her to be for you. So as a man, you need to develop the mental energy, the mental capacity, the intellectual capacity, the financial muscle, and what have you, to bring your bride to a point where she is that God-ordained wife for you, taking care of you, loving your family, and giving you peace in your home.